lesson episode of the Confidence Through Health podcast. Today's topic that I want to talk about is reaching your potential and why so many people are unable to get there. And a lot of times, our potential, we don't even see it. We don't even see what we're capable of because we cloud our vision. We don't believe in ourselves. We have other people talking to us and saying it's not possible. You're not capable. You don't have enough experience. It's not the right thing for you, right? We hear all these phrases as opposed to internally saying, well, if this is something that I want and it's something that I feel is possible, I feel it. Our body typically doesn't lie to us. So if we feel this is the right thing to do, if that intuition, that gut feeling, which is the gut brain connection is huge and is usually the correct thing that's driving what you do. When you have those feelings, it doesn't matter what the noise is. And when you do that, and there's a lot of successful people that look back and say, I had no idea I could get this far. Back then, if you would have asked me back then, whether it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15, 20, whatever it was, when they started their journey, and at each point along the way, they will also say to you, I had no idea back then that I could get this far. I had no idea I could be this successful. I still think I can go farther, most people will say, but they will say, I had no idea I could get this far this quickly, even though at the starting point, it seems like it's going to take forever. It seems like it's too far away. It seems like it's too much to accomplish. And I'm coming up on 10 years of being an entrepreneur out on my own. And I was texting somebody this week and said, it's hard to remember, but yes, there were many, many, many times in that first 6 months that I thought, I can't do this. This is not going to work. I'm getting nowhere. Is there potential? Yes, but who am I to think that I can get there? Right? All of those kinds of thoughts. But I ignored those thanks to talking to some other people who were a little bit further ahead in their journey as an entrepreneur than I was, saying that's completely normal. You're going to get past that. Don't give up. Keep working towards it. You're doing the right thing for you. And ignored those people that said, X number of businesses fail in the first year, X number of businesses never make it past this point, X number of businesses end and they're in massive debt. Like forgetting all of those things, ignoring all of those things, and saying, I have zero debt in my business and I'm 10 years in now. And were there several years where I was not making money enough to cover and help family bills? Yes, absolutely. And so I have massive respect and love and thanks for my wife helping support us and keep us where we could continue on with life, basically. And I could continue this journey. But now the potential that I see, at first the potential was, can I just get to where I am right now? And now I see the potential is far greater. And so that perspective of where you are today, as I've talked about before in previous episodes, is everything. But understanding that your cap is not your potential. Your cap is above that somewhere. Your cap is above your potential. So if somebody tells you, I could see you being X, Y, or Z in the future, don't let that cap you. Your cap is above that. And one of the biggest things that I do with all the different coaching and aspects of what I do one of the biggest things that I do is actually just help people understand how to reach their potential, how to reach beyond what they believe is their cap. How do I get past that? Right? How do I get past that? And as one of my clients who is extremely successful, he's in his 60s, and he told me this week one of the things he said that he enjoys working with me because I exude confidence, because I exude I exude the fact that he can reach the goals that he set for himself, right? Because quite honestly, I see him passing those goals, but he sees that in the way our interaction is. And that's I get that with a lot of my clients, that they're just like, how do you see that in me, is what they say, right? How do you see that in me when I don't see that in myself? And that, I think, is just one of the things that I've just been able to have as a gift, that I'm an optimist, and there's no doubt about that. But I have that as a gift that I believe we can all get much farther than we think we can. And I've proven it in so many different areas of my life, right? It's not just one thing that has been uber successful because I was just gifted super talent in that area. And a lot of people think about that with my athletic ability. Like, you were super gifted as an athlete, and so that's why you were able to be successful there. Okay, so I was more gifted than the average person. I'll grant that, right? But there's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of belief. There's a lot of mental side of going above and beyond to get where nobody believes you can actually be. And that's the biggest piece that's probably missing in almost everybody's puzzle, is the belief in yourself that you can get beyond what anybody else thinks is possible. And and I believe that. I believe that every single person that hears this can get beyond. And this podcast is proof, is living proof, because there's a lot of people out there, and I know I'm not high ranked. I'm not, way up on Apple Podcast or any of that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, "What are you doing? Why are you doing a podcast? What are you?" And then I tell them, I've had downloads in 106 countries, not counting YouTube. That's just on the podcast platforms. Downloads in 106 countries. Trust me, I know people that live in maybe 6 countries, and that's including the people that I've had on the podcast, maybe 10, right? So I'll say 10. So I know people in 10 countries. That's a less than a tenth of where this has been downloaded. And so the reach and the potential and the ability, if we give up, if we don't believe in ourselves, if we don't understand that simply believing in ourselves plays a major role in our ability to actually get something done. Because we think and we're told it's, oh, you're gifted, you're talented, you work hard. And those things are important. But if you don't believe, you won't reach the success that you're capable of. I'm not saying you can't be successful, right? But it's like I tell a lot of my athletes, if you don't believe you can win, it makes it a lot harder to win. If you believe you can win, doesn't guarantee you're going to win, but it gives you a much better chance to win. If you don't believe you can win, the chances are very slim that you're going to do that. So that belief in ourselves is by far the most important piece in being able to reach our potential and beyond. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for everybody. And that, especially for my clients, is How can we get the most out of what you have to offer? Because if we all improved, think about the world, how many billions of people? If we all improved by 2% over the next 6 months, how much better would the world be? Right? If we all believed in ourselves a little bit more for the next 6 months, there's going to be inventions that people are thinking about or struggling with that don't believe they can put to market, don't believe they can finish, don't believe they can because somebody's told them they're not capable. The athletic ability is going to go off the charts because people are going to reach things that they've never reached. The the ability of people to finish schools, to complete their health plans, their health programs, improve their health. The people that think, I can't do it. I'm never going to do it. I'm always going to be fat. It's just me. It's just who I am. I'm never going to be able to lose this weight. I'm never going to be able to change my life. If you actually thought the other way around and thought, oh, I have the potential to do that. And you might argue with me on that one, but my reverse to that, my statement come back to that is if somebody else can do it, you can do it, right? If somebody else can do it, there's absolutely zero reason that you can do it for most things in the world. Now, granted, yes, if somebody else can play quarterback for an NFL team, that doesn't necessarily mean you can because they were gifted a certain talent. But when you scale back to other things in life, like our overall health, our financial situation, our careers, parenting, if somebody else has been able to do it and do it well and successfully, you can absolutely do it. If somebody else is able to break addiction, you can do it. So whatever it is that you're sitting there struggling with and you're not able to get past, the first thing you have to do is believe in yourself that you can do it. Believe in yourself because I believe in you. Because I believe that everybody can make improvements in their life. I'm not saying everybody's life is bad. I'm saying everybody can improve. Even the people that are super successful, everybody can improve. And so that's the life lesson that we all need to take in is if we believe in ourselves, we can reach beyond our potential. That's the episode for this life lesson.